Alrighty, y'all. So, out here getting our walk done. We just passed the cemetery back there. So, Uh, so now it's a little under 3/4 of the way done for the walk since we extended it some. The new walk distance is 1.83 miles. So, that's not too bad. It's a bit further than the 1.5 miles. And then here probably day after tomorrow, since it's supposed to rain all day again tomorrow, we'll actually work on bumping it up to 2 miles, I'm thinking. So we can, sounds like a nice good number to be walking. So that's more progression there in the walk. And then it freaking sucks to be out here right now. It's like 50 degrees, but 10-mile-per-hour wind, and it's like drizzling. Not really raining, but it's just enough like misting to get you really cold. So I guess it kind of is what it is for that. But we're getting it done, right? Got to do it to make the gains. So today's gonna be shoulder day. Second time going through the new routine for shoulders. So we'll see if we planned this out correctly and if we can get through it. So that'll be nice. And then fuck, man, I tell you what. So with getting that leg machine, then ending up with 2 of them, trying to sell the second one. So I paid $750 for that hack squat machine. I've had it posted for $550. I'm already cutting people a $200 deal. You would not believe the amount of people that would hit you up and be like, "Oh, I'll give you $200. I'll come get it this weekend. I'll give you $300. I'll give it to you this weekend." I have the thing posted for $550. I'm already giving you $200 off of it, man. Like, I'm accepting of slightly lower than $550. $500 definitely is more of what I was expecting. So I've got a guy today that's supposed to be supposedly showing up at like 4 for it. So the saga of trying to sell a piece of gym equipment at 60% off continues. So we'll see what happens. But with that, I'm gonna get this walk finished up, and then I'll see y'all in the gym for shoulders. Alrighty, y'all. So, finished up our walk earlier. We came out here, kind of cleaned a little bit, reorganized the gym a bit to give us the most room we can get here, since we are limited. And I kind of want to see if I have enough space to make sure I could order that other piece of equipment. I think we're going to be good. It's going to be tight, but it is what it is. It's a home gym. So anyways, shoulders. So we're going to start out with cable front raises, get these things pumped up here and going, get the shoulders nice and warm and ready to start working. So again, I'm going to start on the cables, grab the rope, and we're doing front raises with the cables for 5 sets of 12. And again on these, I kind of like to rotate my hands for the palms to point downwards, or so did I say into each other. Almost like I'm trying to turn the rope into a heart. Ugh. Ugh. So with the rope, giving that full tension down at the bottom, that's where I feel the most stretch, is with the palms turned just slightly inwards a little bit. It does get a lot more when you turn the palms up, but down to the bottom like that, you're just not able to do that with the rope. But that's later on anyways. With the Easy Curl bar, after everything's nice and warmed up, we can really get some weight on them and really load those little guys. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the rest of the sets for this, and we'll be back. Alright, y'all. So I finished up the front raises. 20 pounds on the cable. Starting to feel kind of easy on that last set there, so I'm thinking next shoulder day we're going to go ahead and bump those up to 30 and see how that feels there. If we can't hit a full 12 to 15, we'll work in that 8 to 10 range and then start trying to add reps until we do get back to 12 to 15 reps inside of that movement there. But now we're going to go ahead and move on to single arm lat raises. And this is 5 sets, 15 reps per arm. So let's go ahead and get these things knocked out. So this is at 10 pounds on these this cable set here, which is an actual 10 pounds. This is a 1-to-1 ratio, which kind of feels a bit easy at first for sure. These might go up next week as well. But probably at the end of 5 sets, this is probably going to feel pretty brutal. So we'll see how it feels there. So I'll go ahead and knock out the last couple of sets of that, and we'll see how we're feeling. We'll assess those, see if we want to move up for next week or not. But after that, we'll move on to the next movement. Alrighty guys, so now that we're done doing single arm cable lat raises, put the pulleys up, we're going to go ahead and do cable rear flies. I'm also going to hit the single arm today to just really focus one arm at a time. Big giant stretch as big as possible across the body, and that way we're building them nice and evenly. None of the whole like hand over, hand under. I forget which hand I do where and what. So just to keep it nice and simple, one arm at a time. Then you can also make sure each arm is, or each rear delt is being trained evenly. You're not growing one more than the other type of thing. So let's go ahead and get these things started. So I'm also hitting these at a slightly declined angle to allow for the most possible rear delt contraction. In this position I can reach. Oh man, that is a big burn. But exactly what we want. So, with that, I'll go ahead and hit that for the other 4 sets, and we'll move on again. But man, I tell you what, today, granted, my shoulders are a little currently, but they have the biggest pump right now. They feel like they're softballs. They're just not softballs yet. Alright, y'all. So, we're going to go ahead and move on to overhead press now. It's currently 75 pounds. We'll see how this feels on this first set. Maybe we'll move up to 85, maybe 95. But let's give this a shot here, see how the shoulders are, and we'll move on from there. Alright, so that 10 felt pretty good. I think the next set we're actually going to go ahead and move up to 85 pounds. And then we'll see how that feels. Maybe another 10 after that. These don't feel as uncomfortable as they did last week. So working on that shoulder mobility. We're getting places. So that's always good. The more flexible a joint is and you are overall, the further stretch you can get. And with that further stretch, the more muscle you can build overall, since it's been proven and science shows that the more load you can put under a muscle at full stretch, the more hypertrophic effects that you're going to gain from doing so. So more or less, bigger the stretch, the more muscle you build. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and work my way out of this freaking trap over here, and I'll knock out my next few sets and we'll be back. I ended up working up to 95 pounds on the overhead press. Still feels pretty comfortable. A little bit of tension in the shoulders at that weight, but what I'm thinking we'll do is next shoulder day I'll warm up at that 55 pounds, and then we'll go ahead and go from 55 and we'll go to the 95 pounds. And then we'll see if we can hit 5 sets at that for 10 reps with the 1 warm-up set, and start making a little more progress in the overhead press again. So that'll be cool if we can get that weight working on up. Overhead presses to me is definitely one of the biggest ways to build a big medial delt and really just get big round shoulders. Those compound lifts for something like that is just really hard to beat for just overall size and just putting mass on, because you get to load them so hard. But now with that, we're going to go ahead and knock out face pulls at the high position, and then the low position, 4 sets of 10 at 60 pounds. See how these feel today, see if they're a little light now, a little heavy. I'm assuming we're going to start making, some weight adjustments, moving up and warm-up sets and things like that over that base schedule that we made last week for our workout programs. Because last week was obviously, did an exercise, see where it kind of felt comfortable, estimated, my 5x10s. So by doing that, it's just a base. Everything is always going to change from that, and you're always going to move up or maybe move down slightly because that 5th set's just overly hard and you can't hit enough reps for it to be effective. Within like a week or two, then you obviously want to bring that down. But if you get stronger over a week or two and you can get into the effective rep range, then there's no reason to change it. And then you're just waiting until it feels light enough to move up. But we're going to go ahead and get these done. So 60 pounds on here. So shoulders all the way forward, retract and pull. Retract and pull. Forward, retract and pull. And that's really going to get the lats going, get your rear delts going, fire the rhomboids off, get the inner traps going, and just overall build a nice strong shoulder. Obviously we'd like to isolate the rear delts a little more, but this is a little more of a, not quite a compound lift, but definitely bringing in multiple muscle groups to create that movement, especially with allowing the shoulder to pull forward and then retracting instead of just holding it locked, which would isolate the rear delts a little more, but I kind of want overall growth currently and not just purely isolation. So with that, I'm going to 3 more sets of them up high, move down to 4 sets low. I've got to get these sets going pretty quick. The person for the squat machine is supposed to be here in like 30 minutes. So I've got like 9 sets to finish before then. So we finished the high pulls. Now we moved on down to low pulls. Same thing, 4 sets of 10. And we'll get on moving. Now with these, I kind of like to hold my shoulders more pulled back all the time than allow the stretch and really focus on pulling those elbows. Oh. So I'm gonna knock out the last few sets of those and we'll move on. This last workout here, we're gonna do upright rows, 5 sets of 10, 75 pounds into cable crunches, get this thing finished up so that way I can get myself ready for the people coming for the hack squat. So let's do this. I like to grip the bar to where my thumbs touch each other, like tip to tip, and then up. Did an extra one there. Feels kind of easy on this first set, but it is definitely going to be hard on the 5th. Now for the cable crunches, like normal, you know, got to do some sort of ab work at the end of every workout. Alright, well, those are definitely getting easier. That's at, what is that? 70 pounds. So that felt pretty easy. Had to go to 15 all the way to fill a little bit of fatigue there. So we're moving up to 80 on those now. Abs are getting stronger. It's a plus. Progression, always great. So I'm going to go ahead and hit my last 4 sets of these as supersets. And that'll be it for today, guys. So if you stuck around, thank you. Totally appreciate it. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Let's start getting this stuff growing. Without even the like button getting hit, you know, the algorithm isn't going to push me much. I know I'm a little bit bland and stuff. I'm new at this. I've got to learn this charisma and, you know, where to take this, how to explain everything and, you know, make good content. I just don't know yet. This is all new to me. But again, you know, I am disabled. I've got a lot of time to learn things. And, you know, it takes me a little longer sometimes, you know, with the eyesight issues. It takes me a little longer to read, type, things like that. But hey, you know what? We'll get there. So if you followed this far, I greatly appreciate it. Please hit that like and subscribe button. And remember, get out there, get something done today, and don't be a lazy fuck.